I didn't come up with that title, you know. Texas truck driver dash cam recorded something nobody can't explain. That was my nephew when he uploaded the clip. But I'm the guy in that driver's seat, and every time I hit play, a part of me goes right back to that night on the lonely west side of Texas. Like my hands are still wrapped around that wheel. I've been hauling freight out of Texas for close to 30 years. Name's Ray. Born and raised out here. The kind of place where diesel smells like home, and the highway teaches you more than school ever did. I've run this country north to south, coast to coast, more times than I can count. Seen sandstorms swallow the I-10, ice turn the I-40 into a skating rink, and winds push a full trailer like it was an empty soda can. But nothing, absolutely nothing has stayed with me the way that night did, between Fort Stockton and Van Horn, somewhere deep in that stretch of I-10 where the world feels like it stops paying attention. It was late fall, clear sky, cold enough that the steering wheel felt like metal straight out of a freezer. I just fueled up at the Loves in Fort Stockton, grabbed a burnt cup of coffee, and rolled out with the refrigerated trailer full of beef headed to Phoenix. My CB buzzed low on channel 19, the kind of soft static that feels like company in the dark. The truck vibrated steady, the deep comfort and hum of a freightliner running smooth through the early hours. Behind me, the truck stop lights faded into nothing. Ahead of me, only darkness and the ribbon of asphalt, stretching further than the headlights could reach. My radio, the regular one, not the CB, started acting strange first. 1 second it was some old George Strait track humming along, and the next it dipped into a low, heavy static, the kind that sounds like it's rising from underground. Then everything cut off. Silence. I tried switching stations, but nothing came through. A few miles later, something else felt off. The sky was clear, but way out on the horizon there was a faint glow. Too bright to be starlight, too steady to be lightning. And yet there wasn't a single town out in that direction. The signs passed me one after another. Van Horn, 105 miles. El Paso, 190 miles, and the highway kept pulling me deeper into the dark. I rolled past a closed way station, then a quiet rest area with one sedan and a bobtail parked off to the side. I thought about stopping, but I felt awake, alert, maybe too alert, so I kept pushing west. That was when I saw the first red light. It blinked in the distance, low to the ground, like hazard lights from a vehicle pulled over. I eased off the throttle, expecting to come up on a breakdown. But no matter how long I drove, the blinking light never got closer. It just stayed there, always the same distance away, pulsing slow like it was waiting on me. The CB went quiet too. Not less chatter, dead. No voices, no hiss, not even the soft hum you normally get from an open channel. The longer I drove, the more the world felt empty. No oncoming traffic, no tail lights. Just me and that stubborn blinking red light. And then it vanished. I checked my mirrors out of reflex. That's when I saw them. 2 headlights appearing behind me, as if someone had flipped a switch. They closed distance fast. Too fast for a car on that grade, too steady for someone messing around on an empty road. Then I recognized the shape, an old Peterbilt. Green, square-nosed, chrome grille dulled by years of dust and bugs. The exact truck my buddy Manny used to drive. Manny, who died years back on the I-20 near Midland. My heart hit my ribs, and in the mirror I watched the silhouette of a man lift 2 fingers off the wheel. Manny's lazy little wave, the same one he gave every time he pulled up behind me on a run. I grabbed the CB. Green Pete behind me. You got a copy. Static. A crackle. Then a whisper cutting through the noise. Relax. It was Manny's voice. Clear as day. I jerked my eyes back to the mirror. The truck was gone. Just empty asphalt stretching behind me. Even with fear crawling up my spine, something in me eased off the accelerator. Not a thought. More like instinct. Like my body already knew what was ahead. A mile or 2 later, I understood why. As I came around a bend near mile marker 187, my headlights caught shattered glass across the pavement. Then the wreck, an SUV sideways across the left lane, back end crushed, smoke curling from the hood. A family inside, scared, hurt but alive. A jackknifed rig sat on the shoulder, the driver pale and shaking. If I hadn't slowed down, if Manny hadn't appeared, I would have hit that wreck at full speed. I pulled over, lit my hazards, called 911, and stayed with the family until troopers arrived. One of them asked why I slowed down before the crash. I wasn't about to tell him the truth. Just had a feeling, I said. Later he asked to see my dash cam footage. We sat in his cruiser with cold air blowing from the vents. The video showed everything clearly. The highway, the darkness, my headlights, but no red blinking light. No truck behind me. Then I told him to rewind a few seconds. That's when it appeared, just for a single frame. A smear of white across the screen, like the lens had been brushed by light itself. Turn the audio up, I said. He did. The engine noise, wind, silence. Then right when that white smear hit, a whisper. Relax. The trooper froze the video. He didn't say it was a voice. He didn't say it wasn't. He just handed back the memory card. A few days later, my nephew cleaned up the footage and posted it online with the dramatic title. Comments flooded in. Skeptics, believers, jokers, experts, people arguing about angels, ghosts, glitches, sensor errors. But here's the truth nobody online can argue with. I was there. I know what I felt. I know whose voice I heard, and because of whatever that was, even if nobody can explain it, a family in that SUV lived. Every time I pass that stretch of I-10 now, I glance at my mirrors a little longer. I check the red light on my dash cam, and quietly, under my breath, I say, thanks, partner. People can debate the video forever. Call it a glitch, a ghost, a coincidence. But the highway remembers what really happened, and so do I.